Nothing is clear. Did you get it? Nothing is clear. But also nothing is clear about the way that the Nothing ear stick has been priced in India. And in this video, we're going to tell you whether or not it's going to be worth your money. So let's quickly get started. Now the ear stick is the third product from Nothing after the Ear 1 earphones and the Nothing Phone 1, which you can say has been sort of a success. The design of the ear stick is definitely controversial because of a tube style design, not something that we've seen in earphones of late, but it does carry on the transparent or the clear design philosophy of Nothing, and the stem of the earphones is a clear plastic with the red dot that demonstrates the right side. The earphones themselves or the ear tips are actually white in color, and we can expect a black color to launch at a later date. They've been priced at $8,499 in India, and if you're a Nothing loyalist, so if you've owned the Nothing Ear 1 or the Nothing Phone 1, then you can save up to 1,000 rupees on the Nothing Ear Stick when they do go on sale on the 14th of November. So we'll have links to that in the description below if you guys are interested. But let's talk about the overall earphones and whether or not we think that they're worth the price. The mechanism to open the case is made out of a clear plastic, which you rotate to reveal the earphones. But more importantly, it does have a use of magnets, but the magnets don't seem to be strong enough. So when you open up the case and close it up, you don't get a reassuring click, which may be by design choice to make it seem a little more fluid, but it does feel a little flimsy because of that, and it does feel like it'll open up in your backpack or in your pocket. Speaking of pockets, this is not a really good design as far as pocket ergonomics go. So putting this in your pockets, the kind of questions you'll get is, are you happy to see me? Or is that a Nothing ear stick in your pocket? The uniqueness of it will fade away soon when it gets into practicality domain, and it's not a very practical design. Because of the cylindrical shape, it'll also roll off your desk quite easily. But you do have two flat sides, so you can sort of stand it up, but you'll have to always do that. You do have a USB Type-C charging port and a reset button, much like the Nothing Ear 1s. And as far as volume is concerned, this ear stick is actually smaller in volume in comparison to the Nothing Ear 1s, which were a flatter, more ergonomic design, according to me. Now, price-wise also, these are actually pricier than the Nothing Ear 1, which are, funnily enough, not available in India anymore. So originally the Nothing Ear 1 was launched at around 5,000 rupees. Later on the price was increased, and recently only Carl increased it further in a tweet, and they were selling for 7,299. But even after the loyalty discount, you're paying actually more for earphones that, according to me, give you a little less. Now they do have a mid-ear design, so this is more a design like standard AirPods. So it sits sort of in your ear, but not completely. And this will be great for people who use medium-sized ear tips and even small-size ear tips, but they might find this a little too big for their ear. And if you do have larger ears like I do, I use large-size ear tips, then you'll find that while this does fit in your ear and sit in there quite well, the shape of it doesn't feel very reassuring. It doesn't seem like a snug fit, and it almost feels like it'll fall off. It won't fall off, but it feels like it will. Now, because of this design and the shape of the earphone, you also get a more one-dimensional sound. So you get more emphasis on trebles and mids. If you're looking for something that gives you punchy bass, this is not it. It does have well-defined lower end, so you'll hear the lower end, but it will not be punchy. As far as mids and vocals are concerned, those are really crisp and clear, and actually one of the best that I've seen in this price segment, even though I think these are still slightly higher priced. The earphones sound really good. The microphone, on the other hand, is using a lot of noise reduction algorithms. So when you're talking to somebody on the phone, you'll see that the front of the sentence and the end of the sentence, so where the sentence begins and where the sentence ends, there's a lot of crushing of the sound going on. And because of that, you can sound robotic to the other person, but the microphone is clear apart from that. And here's a sample of what the microphone sounds like. This is an audio sample recorded on the Nothing ear stick. This is what the microphone sounds like. The microphone is only in the left earpiece. Now for latency, they work really well on Androids as well as iOS devices, but if you connect them to a PC, you will feel a lot of latency, almost 200 to 300 milliseconds of latency, But if you're going to be using them mostly with mobile phones, they do have a low latency mode, and that works great. So if you've downloaded the Nothing Ear 1 app in the past, it has been updated to the Nothing X app, from where you can not only look at the battery life of the earphones, but also of the case while the earphones are in the case. And then you can also initiate a firmware update, and you can also customize the controls. Speaking of the controls, they're also slightly better because they're pinch style controls. So you pinch on the stick to initiate a single click, a double click, or a triple click. And then if you long press, you can increase or decrease the volume depending on how you set it. So you have a lot of customization in there, which is good. So people can use it for different things. Nothing has also included a custom equalization option. So you do have some presets, and then you do have custom equalization. I found that these settings that you see on the screen right now are the best for the Nothing Ear Stick, and I would highly recommend that if you buy these, you give this equalization a try. Keeping the bass at only 1 point gives it the best overall bass output as far as my audio experience is concerned. You get about 29 hours of battery with the use of the case. And if you charge them in the case for about 10 minutes, you get about 2 hours, which I found to be more or less accurate. It does use Bluetooth 5.2, and you do have support for SBC as well as AAC codecs. But overall, I think you can get better earphones for the price. In fact, the ear ones are actually cheaper than the ear stick. And also Sony makes the C500s, which I feel have a better sound than the Nothing Ear Stick. And they do have also replaceable ear tips. But if you're in the Nothing ecosystem, or at least whatever ecosystem exists, then with the Nothing Phone 1, this is a good pairing because of the design, because of the shape, and because of some of the features that are available. You also do have the Find Earphone option in the Nothing X app as well. If you do misplace the left earbud or the right earbud, then you can search for them by playing a sound on the earphones from the app, which is kind of neat as well. Well, if you're interested in buying these, we'll have links in the description below. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, the subscribe button, and leave a comment on what your thoughts are on the Nothing Ear Stick. This has been Bharat. I'll see you guys in the next one.